Let me just mute this chat real quick. Sorry, guys. Muted. I'll mute it for about an hour. I don't think I'm gonna be on for too long. It shouldn't take me that long to do all the rest of the cards. At least I hope it doesn't take me that long. And I need my notification on just in case, because I'm ordering some food, so there might be like a brief moment where I get off just to get my food. So bear with me, guys. Let's do this. And I turn off my camera because I don't feel like having it on right now. So I put the little clash effect as a placeholder. Ghetto, I know, but whatever. All right, so let's go with the where we left off. I think we left off in Kakuzu. The last one we did was Deidara. That's the one that kills a guy to kill a guy with edge cross equal to a less. Like I said, decent effect. I'm not sure how playable it's going to be in this current format, but we'll see. So we have Kakuzu. He is a Void Water. Turn 6, 1 hand cost. Ambush, of course. These Void cards, I believe all of them have Ambush. Or at least all the Akatsuki or the bad guys have Ambush. Alright, and Impure Resurrection, so he does work with the Impure Resurrection cards effects. Sacrifice 1 ninja or client. When this ninja is put in play, name a symbol. While this card remains in play, cards in your chakra area are considered to have that name symbol. So I think that's really good, man. I wish it was a little bit earlier, maybe like like a turn 4, turn 5 uh, type of effect, but it seems to be like that's what he's like a closer. I'm not sure. This ninja becomes a user of jutsu. You can draw one card for each different symbol on those cards if you use to play for its cost. Wow, that's very good. Holy crap, that's very good. Did my stream just cut off on me? I think it did. I think the stream just randomly just cut off on me. That was weird. Yeah, that last effect is super good. Holy crap. I like it, man. I like it a lot. It's 7-4-5-3, sorry, 5-1. So really decent stats for a turn 6 ninja. Obviously, stitching or stitch, something that he always has for that's like a Kuzu thing, stitch. Unfortunately, I have yet to see Bondi or anybody utilize the stitch. Like maybe a specific feature that requires you to have stitch. I don't know. I'm not sure. I like the card. You know, if I had to say from a 1 to 5, definitely a 3. Itachi Uchiha. Let's see. Void Fire. Hey, well, hold on. Something's wrong here. He doesn't have ambush. Uh-oh. This needs to change. This is the first one that I see without ambush. And again, like I always say, I don't like this negative space in the bottom. I hate to see this. Like maybe drag it down a little bit and clean up this empty space. Izanagi, Akatsuki, Rogue Ninja, Joni, Male, Shinringen Eye, Mental Power 3. So this one has Mental Power. So recently, towards like the last few sets, Itachi's been getting Mental Power, which I think he should have had Mental Power in the first place. He's a fucking badass. Hella smart. So kudos to the creator for adding 3 Mental Power. Sacrifice 1 ninja client. So Izanagi doesn't work with the Impure Resurrection guys. When this ninja is put in place, search your deck for 1 Izanagi mission card and move it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. I'm not sure what the Izanagi mission card does, so we'll have to wait and see what the mission card does. Attack of mission, to chakra, move all destiny coins from the game, then put 1 destiny coin on target ninja. Valid. Ninjas with destiny coins cannot activate and cannot be the user of jutsu. So they can't use their effects and can't be user of jutsu. Alright, cool. He needs to figure out how he can reduce the amount of text on this card. I'm not sure how he would do that. Maybe the then shuffle your deck part. I'm not even sure that it's going to even help it. But or maybe move this up a little bit so you can have the cards not be on the shuriken. 7-4, 4-3, decent stats. Again, turn 6 ninjas, decent stats. 7-4, 4-3, not bad compared to the old Itachis that usually have like really shitty injure stats. So this one has a pretty solid one. I would definitely say out of all, I would definitely give this card maybe a 4 out of 5. Like it, the art looks fantastic, great art. I wish it was like a next button, like I can just press next and the next one comes out. All right, so we have Void Wind Sasori. This one actually has ambush, as you can see. Akatsuki, Road Ninja, Jonin, Male, Mental Power 3, Puppet, Master, Ambush. When this ninja is deployed, you can exchange one of your in-play ninjas you control with one ninja card from your hand with an entry cost less than your turn marker. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. Yeah, this card's fucking sick. Holy shit. Now that I'm thinking about it, this card is super sick. So you can transform your zero drops to a when you play him into a 2 or less. So you just play the Sasori, sacrifice a client, and you can get rid of your I don't know. Well, if I was playing this in the pain deck, I can put my chameleon or something that's injured, put it into my hand and drop a 2 drop. This card's sick. The possibilities are endless because it doesn't specify the element, right? So it's like when this thing just deploy. Okay, so it's a deploy effect. So I thought it was like a once per turn. Oh, my bad. When the thing is deployed, you can exchange. Even so, still really strong. I like it, especially if you deployed him like later on in the game, like on turn 5 or something like that. It allows you to do some really silly stuff. Rain, Satosa, Mill, Mental Power 3, Ambush. Again, that's ambush. Only Itachi. Itachi doesn't get that special treatment. I don't think he's special enough to get ambush. Impure Resurrection. I like the fact that he has that, so it works with the other guy. Again, I would probably put this down a little bit, so it won't be covering all this other stuff here. I like it. The art's fucking amazing. Rain, Satosa, Male, Mental Power 3, Ambush, Impure Resurrection. Sacrifice one ninja, client. Blocker EOJ. So this one's a blocker. Place a 0/0 healthy and injured poison toad ninja coin. Poison toad ninja coin. And I thought it was a salamander. I thought that's what you summoned. You know, Hanzo the salamander. I thought that was the name of it. In the opposing team in any position with the following value at the start of your turn, injure one of your ninjas. That's a pretty neat ass effect. This was one of those effects that I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it being on a blocker. I think maybe just EOJ in general would be pretty sweet. And because it's not non-unique, you can't put more than one in play. So it being blocker kind of like ruins it, and it should definitely be just EOJ. Shit, it can even be mission, right? Mission EOJ. Um, yeah, no, not bad. Nah, actually, it has to be EOJ. It can't be mission. Yeah, definitely make it EOJ. Probably cost free. It shouldn't even cost you anything, being that you're turn 6 with a hand cost and sacrifice for a effect that's not that great. Maybe if it said at the start of your turn, give 1 damage to one of your ninjas, then I would say, okay, well, maybe giving it a 2 cost is justifiable. As of right now, the way it reads, make it EOJ, no cost, because it's already way too late in the game to do some kind of what I would consider a very weak late game ninja effect. Had just been like a turn 3 ninja or turn 4 ninja, that I would be like, this is really strong, really powerful card. But it being so late in the game, it's just all right. So I give it a 3. Sorry, I give it a 2 out of 5. Monga, Earth, Stone, Male, Ally, Shinobi Forces. That's a 3-0. Mudwall. Okay. So another ally shinobi forces right here. So that's pretty cool. When this ninja sent out to the block, you can search your deck for one jutsu with stone in its requirements and move it to your hand and shuffle your deck. That's very powerful. Not even like I think it should say the top five or top six, something like that. Kind of like the Gara. It being searching just period, just search for your guy for your jutsu. Super powerful. I mean, granted, I know there aren't many stone jutsu cards, but just for balance purposes, I'm not sure what stone jutsu cards do currently. I would say just make it maybe top five, top 10 at best. Your other stone ninja gets +1 +0. So I'm not sure how I feel about the +1 +0. Maybe a +0 +1, being that he's a 6-0 2-0, which means something like this usually tends to be like you have to make this your head ninja, right? So overall, card's pretty good. I like it. I have to see what the stone juices do before I make my final verdict on the effect. But if they're pretty good, I would say this card is a 4 out of 5. If they're at best, then I may be a 3 out of 5 for sure. Great stats. All right, Tetsuchi, commander. Okay, let's see. He's Earth, Stone, Allied number forces joining. Mammoth to power 2. So another allied ninja. So that's pretty cool. Second division commander, attacker, EOJ, 1 Earth. Discard one of your opponent's ninjas in injured status. That is very, very good. Holy crap. Super strong. Um, let's just say discard target or yeah, discard target or target one of your opponent's injured ninjas. Discard it, something like that. So that way people can have a chance to interrupt or play correctly. As it looks right now, it doesn't target. Unless your opponent only had one injured guy in play, then obviously they know they're gonna get rid of it. But they have multiple injured guys in play. This card just snipes, man. Very powerful. Need to be careful with that. And it's turn 4, no hand cost, so you can play it in any deck as long as you're playing a tiny bit of Earth. And being that Earth is being splashed around with cards like Ashika's Decision and other cards, Competitive Strength, you know, so you definitely will have the Earth to pay for it. Your other allies, we need to just get a +1/+1. So that's pretty good. Choose another ally shinobi, joining female, mental power 2, Earth, Fire, Water. Oh, actually, let me see his stat. Yeah, okay, yeah, he's a stone. This card to me it's a 4 out of 5, definitely 4 out of 5. Yeah, so he's a stone. Stone lava. One this ninja. When your opponent plays a jutsu card, select one ninja they control. That ninja cannot be sent out to battle during the next turn. Maybe said in that case, blah 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 blah. When a ninja you control receives damage due to showdown, you can give 1 damage to target ninja opposing that ninja. So that's a that's a once per turn. And this one is not once per turn. So this one's you need to, I would say, make it once per turn so it can be balanced as hell. Being that you can play it in different decks, this is being 3 symbols means very powerful. I like it. I hate the fact that it's a full art, and with this picture, maybe if it wasn't a full art, I'll like it better. But still, the art's pretty amazing. I just don't like the full art template. 5-4-4-2, not bad stats. All right, Deidara, you okay? It looks like somebody hates Deidara. Another ally shinobi forces, and this one's a 0-0. So we have another 0 drop. So that's good to see. Probably is this like the fourth? Yeah, it might be the fourth 0 drop. Second 0 drop for Earth. Let's see. Mobile Core, EOJ, cost you one on Earth. This ninja's team is unaffected by your opponent's jutsu with one or more specific symbol in its jutsu's name. Your other stone ninja gets a stat boost. Give me a second, guys. Hello? Yeah. You know what? That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I mean, yes. All right. No worry about it. Have a good one. Sorry about that, guys. I just had a phone call from the food I delivered. The food I ordered from. Looks like the rice that I wanted, they're still being cooked, and they said if I wanted the other rice, and I'm like, you know what, that's fine. I just want rice in general. So yeah, I think this card is a power up. I think this card is too good for a zero drop. This thing just seems unaffected by your opponent's jutsu with one or more with one or less specific symbols in jutsu cost. Very powerful, man. They need to down this right here, maybe a 2-0 or something of that nature, because he boosts up your other stone ninjas, and because it has stone in parentheses like this, it has sorry quotations. It also means this. It doesn't necessarily mean the stone characteristic. I mean, sorry, stone combat attribute. It means stone characteristic and combat attribute. So yeah, as it stands right now, I give this card 5 out of 5. Leaf, animal, ninja toad. So I actually designed this card, um, but I'm pretty sure the effect is nothing like what I had. Yeah, definitely nothing what I had. What I had is a lot more fun for the toads and useful. Let's see, 2-0. Yep. So I think mine was also a 2-0. I'm not sure. I should probably pull it up and maybe do a side by side comparison. Give me a second. I'll do that. Let's go. Let's close that. Let's see. Set 20. So this was a Ninja Toad, right? Jesus, that's so many things. Yeah, I've had about 145 cards. So, like I said before in the last video, it's actually completely done. Let's see. So let's read his, and then we'll read mine afterwards. When this ninja is put in play, you can look at the top cards or bottom 5 cards of your deck. Then move one old ninja card among them to your hand if there's any. Then return the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order. So it's not bad. 2-2, 2-2. Solid stats for Ninja Toad, especially if you play the Gamakichi or Gamatatsu. This becomes like a turn one. Now let's see what mines was doing. Um, Leaf Animal Ninja Toad, and mine was a turn one. Valid when this ninja is put in place. Search your deck for one ninja with oil and an interest cost less than your turn marker plus 3. So let's say for example, if you played it on turn 0, on turn 1 you can only search for turn 0 plus 3. So you can search for 3 or less. I need you with interest cost 3 or less, and add it to your hand, obviously. Oops. And then the other effect is when your ninjas with oil gain after turn, your ninjas with oil gains +1/+1 while you control 3 or more ninja toads. So effects are similar to one another. Um, I guess this is more balanced. Alright, so let me close that. Kushina Uzumaki. Leave Ninja Academy student. Female name Kushina Uzumaki. Growth. Lightning symbol. Oh, okay, I think I've seen this card effect. Yeah, it's the same thing as the Naruto childhood. That when you growth it, you move the top card. When you put it in play or remove and play, you move the top card of your deck to your chakra area. Uh, and then when you growth this guy, you can place a growth point on target ninja. So it's pretty much what all it is. It's putting a growth point on ninja. And getting the extra Naruto Uzumaki Ninetales Cloak. This one is Lightning Wind. Leaf Guinea Male. Sorry about that. Okay. Leaf getting male. Name Naruto Uzumaki. Glow status Jinchuriki. Sacrifice. Name Naruto Uzumaki plus interest cost of 3 or more. And this one is a turn 4 0 hand cost. So that's kind of weird to have sacrifice. Evasion and sensor, which means that he cannot be targeted by Jitsu and he can block sensor types and get a +1/+1 boost whenever he fights a sensor type. I mean a infiltrate type, not sensor type. My mistake. EOJ. Um, well, any of your team are opposing one or more ninjas with Akatsuki, or roll ninja, move this ninja from your hand into the opposing team, opposing that ninja. So, though it's a really cool effect, let's just say while this card is in your hand to do blah 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 blah. While this is a very cool effect, you still have to sacrifice the Naruto Uzumaki and just cost 3 or more. So realistically speaking, you can play this card on turn 3 every single time if you're opposing a Akatsuki or Rogue Ninja. Um, but you still need to deploy the Naruto or have that Naruto in play. It's a little cool, funky card. I'm not sure if it's gonna see any kind of playability because it doesn't. I probably wouldn't play it, but I'll probably mess around with it just for fun. Maybe a side deck card against decks that play heavily rogues and Akatsuki's. Leaf Game Mail. Okay, so I believe I think I designed this card. Yeah, let me check in my repertoire of cards. Yeah, there we go. This is the one that I designed. Alright, so let's see the differences between the two. Let me close this. Naruto Uzumaki, Nine Tails Cloak, Lightning Wind, Leaf, Guinea Male, Naruto Uzumaki. So it's same thing, same characteristics as Naruto would normally have. Overflowing power, revitalized sensor. This ninja gets a -1 interest cost for every 10 cards, and each player just got rounded down. I think my food is probably here, so bear with me, guys. Sorry. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I'll be on bed. Give me about 2 minutes, real quick. Sorry, guys. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. Alright, okay, good. Just had to go get my food and stuff like that. Order some food from like the bakery, the Puerto Rican bakery. Okay, so where was I? Okay, this ninja gets a -1 edges cost for every 10 cards in each player's discard pile. Round it down. When this ninja is put in play, from your hand you can search your deck for one mission card with a lightning symbol and place it in your hand, shuffle your deck. So I think the effects are exactly the same, word for word, except I forgot to put -1. So he fixed it. And I think his is a turn 6, mine was a turn 7. His stats are a 5-1, mine is a 6-1. So it's essentially the same thing. His is slightly better. His is turn 6, so I would definitely play his over mine. And I have the revitalized hand sensor. So Maboy, lightning, cloud allied forces, female mental power 2, um, sensor, valid. Your other cloud legion gets +1/+1. EOJ, targeting G control becomes a standby, so it's alright. Not bad. I would still play the other Maui over this one. Hot shot. Again, this is a card that I actually worked on too. So let's do the side by side comparison. Hot shot, hot shot, hot shot. What's his name? I should look at his name. His name is starts with an A, so it should be up here with the A's. All right. So hot shot. When it's valid, when this ninja when this ninja's team wins any victory, you can select one in-play card with one or more coins on it, then place an additional coin on of that type on that card. Yep, same thing, same effect. I think the stats might be exactly the same. Valid. The cost of your fire G2 cards used by this ninja are reduced by 1 fire. 5-3, 3-2. Yep. Yeah, it's just the exact same card. Cool. It looks like two cards that I designed are in here. Motoi, Motoi, I think that's his name. Childhood friend. If you control Killer Bee, this ninja gets a +1/+1. When this ninja becomes a user of a Jutsu card, sorry, when this ninja becomes a user of a Jutsu with a lightning symbol, reduce the cost by 1. This one is a 4-1-2-0 turn 2 weapon ninjutsu. Good. I like it. It sets up for some neat trickery. So overall, I would definitely play it. It's searchable, so it's not bad. Fukai, get the Fukai out of here. Cloud Mail, Jinjuriki, Mental Power 2, unfulfilled. Let's see, valid when a killer bee or this ninja would be removed from play. You can remove it from the game instead. In that case, put in play one 8-tailed ninja from your hand, ignoring its sacrifice requirements. It should say removed from play due to an effect, because if you had sacrificed it to play the other 8 tails, then this it needs to be worded a little bit just to fix some problems, some interactions. 5-4-4-3, good stats, not bad. No hand cost for a 5 drop, so I like it. I wonder if he was supposed to be a Johnny. He's have no rank. All right, this again another card that I have worked on previously in my set. Let's see, Demon Brothers. So should be here. Um, When this ninja is deployed from your chakra area, if your opponent has 2 or less chakra, you can draw 2 cards, otherwise draw 1. He's a turn 1, 0 hand cost, miss, row ninja, tuning mail. This doesn't have ambush on it. It doesn't have ambush because it's supposed to be working with some of the other cards from set 29, which would be the Return of the Demon, which gives all your missed ninjas ambush. Battle if you control 3 or more missed ninjas with a tuning or higher rank, all your missed ninja gets +1/+1. So let's see what mine is. This is a 2202. His is a turn 1. Mine's is not a turn 1. Two brothers, that's the name of it. Two brothers, same thing, left the same. When this ninja is deployed from your chakra area, if your opponent has 3 or less chakra, you can draw 1 card. This ninja is deployed from your chakra area, draw 2 cards instead. So I guess you kind of reduced the text. I'm not sure. Um, Attacker mission costs you 1 water. While your opponent has 3 or more chakra, you can place a -1/+1 score on target ninja. So the effects are, they're only the first effect are the same, and the second effects are different from each other. Cool, not bad. Um, Myths, allied shinobi forces joining you. Male Byakugan mental power 2. Water Earth 5/1. Sensor, because it definitely is a sensor type. I love how this looks. See, this looks amazing with the full art compared to not being full art. At the start of your turn, you can move one of your allied shinobi force units from your discard pile to your hand. Actually, this looks like the same guy that I actually designed this card, and he tweaked it. Yeah, this is it right here. This is the one I made. Sensor. See, it was telling you what sensor did. This ninja gains +1/+1. That's my typo. Yeah, no. Valid at the end of your turn, move one of your ninja cards from this discard pile to your hand, and his was you can move one allied shinobi force card from your discard pile to your hand. So I guess in a sense a little bit more balanced. EOJ costs you 1. Mine's made it so you were tied to either playing water or earth. EOJ 1 water or 1 on earth. And I think his stats are the exact same. Yeah, the exact same stats. Ninjutsu. This one's ninjutsu. Yep. So uh, a slight tweak. I like it. This one is more thematic because it has allied shinobi forces. So I like it. Another water card that I worked on. So let's put that up. Egon Brothers. Miss Rugni the tuning mail. That one's also a turn 1, like his other brother, turn 1. I made mine curve out. I wanted one to be turn 1, the other one being turn 2, so you can curve it. When this thing is deployed from your chakra, if your opponent has less chakra than you can search your deck for up to 3 change jutsu cards and move them to your hand. Otherwise, search for 1 change jutsu card and move it to your hand, shuffle your deck. Let's see what mine was. Okay. When this thing is deployed from your type, when this thing is deployed, if your opponent has one or less chakra, you can search your deck for 1 Jutsu card that includes chain in its name. If this ninja was deployed from your chakra, you search up to three Jutsu cards that includes chain in the name. So essentially, it's doing the same thing. I think his might be a little bit better in terms of has 1 or less chakra. Okay, yeah, same thing. So the effects are exactly the same. And then I have while your opponent has 4 or more chakra, all your missed ninja gets +1/+1. So the idea was to design a water deck that manipulates the amount of chakra your opponent has by constantly either discarding your opponent's chakra and giving them chakra, so you can get all these neat ass effects. That was the idea behind it. I never got a chance to really play test it, but again, it was just an idea. Kaiden childhood. When this ninja, when this ninja is put in play or is removed from play, Draw one card, then discard one of your cards from your hand. If you discard a card with a water, you can place a growth horn on one of your ninjas. Every Karen ninja card in your hand gains a growth. So I will say I designed a Karen. I had a friend of mine who really loved Karen, and he had asked for me to make one, and he gave me an effect to use. He was like, "Hey, why don't you make this card?" And this is what I came up with. It might be similar to what he has. Every Karen ninja card in your hand gains growth. When this ninja is moved to your chakra area due to the effect of growth, you can heal target ninja or discard target chakra. So, and I think that's where the little design came from too, as well. Yeah, I just had mine's bolded. Not bad. I like the card. It's not terrible. The fact that you can play it and then you can growth your into the other one a lot better. Like it. You get extra value from it. You put in play, draw a card, discard a water card, and then place a growth horn on one of your ninjas. You probably place a growth horn on this if you wanted to, or something else. Also another card that I actually had designed. I think the arts are completely different from one another. So let's bring out the Gar that I worked on. Yeah, I went with this art, and I think he used this art instead. So Gar of the Desert, 00, Zen, Gini, Male, Growth, Ultimate Shield. When this ninja becomes a user of a Jutsu card, this ninja gains shield during this turn. This ninja cannot attack. So it's a 5-0-2-0, but it can only block, which is very interesting. Where I went with Zen, Gini, Male, no growth, but Surge. This ninja can become when this ninja becomes a user of a wind jutsu, this ninja gains shield. So essentially the same thing. The only difference is that his cannot attack while mine can, and has the ability to surge and become a 5-2. Overall, I actually like this a lot more. It's a little spicy, so definitely kudos to him. Thumbs up. Again, another card that I worked on. So there's a lot of cards. Like I said, I gave him this entire thing. I was like, look, I'm done with the thing. You can have it. And it looks like he went through a lot of the stuff and revision or redesign some of them, which is pretty cool. It's always cool to see the stuff that other people do with your work and see if they improve or make it worse, I guess. And yeah, see, look at this. This is the guy I was talking about. I had made the card and put this little thing in the back. So what's her name? I should read the names. Fu, right? That's her name, Fu. So we're looking with the F. Let's go with Fu. There she is. I went with the Blaze art, which I really like this, how it looked, came out pretty nice. Alright, so Waterfall getting female ambush, turn 1, new friends, sensor, she is a sensor type. This ninja gains Jinchuriki while your turn marker is 2 or higher. When this ninja is in the same team as one or more Jinchuriki ninja, this ninja gains a +0/+3, 4-0-1-0. I think these are the exact same effect. Yeah, they are the exact same effect. Cool, not bad. At the end of your turn, if you discarded 3 or more of your opponent's chakra, you can draw a card. Um, Yashu, Yukimaru, sorry. Regular Yukimaru stuff. This one's actually a client, so and I believe I have a Yukimaru myself. So let's look for the wise Yukimaru. Yeah, I think the effects are the exact same thing. Same effect. Yep. Earth, water, land of fire, Ayame. Again, another card that I had designed. Mission EOJ, place this client into your chakra area. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Move one of them to your hand and return the rest to the top or the bottom in any order. Yeah, another client. It was the idea was to bring back clients. I wanted to see more clients in the game and have them be more utilized to do things that you want to do. So the idea was to be able to give um, the ability to draw and at the same time being able to look. So Earth has this what I to me has the ability to constantly look at the top or look at the bottom. They do things like that. A lot of their effects look at the bottom, look at the top, and whatnot. And then they draw cards as well. So that's something that Earth does, and that's where I wanted to give it an Earth effect. And by placing this client to your chakra, it's more like the water aspect. Water tends to build chakra, so it has both of these thematic together. And this one was also a water S fire. Fire draws cards as well, and water drain discards chakra. So it was something based around you having to discard your opponent's chakra to read the benefits of drawing a card. And that one stays in play where this one goes to your chakra area. Ya Yota valid and Yota clan. Players cannot put in play ninjas except by deploying. And this is they had designed a card to keep decks at bay, slow the tempo of the game down, and because it's a client, you get rid of it with like Hina and other cards that get rid of in-play effects. And another card that I had designed. Um, this is supposed to be Sakura's dad, Kizashi Horono, Wind Lightning. So the idea was to go for slightly what does Wind do? What does Lightning do? Lightning builds chakra and Wind draws cards. So this one, when this ninja is put in play, draw a card. Then move up 2 cards from your discard pile to your chakra area. So something that Lightning does. Lightning recurs chakra and Wind draws a card. I didn't add this effect. I think he added the effect, so your Sakura gets a +1/+0. So it's not bad. It's only Sakura, and it makes sense because that's her dad, right? And once you play it, it stays in play. And again, I was trying to see what does Lightning do, what does Earth do, and this one is place this card to your chakra area. Hit one of your injured ninjas, in that case, draw a card. So neither one of these cards do it. I think the idea was when I was making a client, I wanted to take an old client that already existed and redesign it. And I think this was my way of redesigning it by moving it to your chakra area and doing certain things. While the other one was put in play, and that's it. And then the added bonus of giving your Naruto Uzumaki a +1/+0, which I also did not add. Something he added afterwards. So I like it. Not bad. Madara Uchiha. I believe mine's was a permanent. Let's see. I think my Madara Uchiha client. Again, he actually has a better template redesign. His is a lot more cleaner than the one I currently have right now. Yeah, his looks way more fresh. Kudos to him. He did an amazing job. I was actually working on redesigning it, and it was just a pain in the ass. And I just gave up, man. I was like, fuck it, I'm not doing it. And there he is. He redesigned it, cleaned it up. So I love it, man. Mission EOJ, move this client to your chakra area, move all cards from your hand to the bottom of your deck in any order, draw the same number of cards, +1. Your Obito Uchiha gets a +1/+0. I think this is kind of busted right here. I think mine's, oops, I didn't mean to open this and close this, sorry guys. Mine's with this client's put in play. Well, yeah, so it's just got one time thing, you get it, and that's it. It stays in play. You have to somehow get rid of this client yourself. And this one's making it so you can do it anytime you want. I think this is a little bit on the overpowered side because now you can abuse it and play multiple of them in your hand from your deck with cards like what the hell is his name, Iruka. So I would say stick to the original effect by keeping it once per turn. I mean, a one-time thing, not once per turn, one-time thing. Full wallet. Another card that I had designed. Counter permanent 2. Turn 2. I'm not sure if mine was turn 2. Let me see. What's it called? Full wallet, right? It starts with F. Let's go. Where are you? Where the hell is the F's at? Am I blind? Yeah, I'm fucking blind. There it is. Full wallet. Yeah, same thing. Same effect, I believe. Counter permanent. Counter permanent. Target one ninja. So he just forgot to add target one ninja. So that literally he just has to fix that. Put target one ninja. Attach this card to the target. Change the target's text to the following. Valid when this ninja is sent to battle. Move one of your opponent's discard pile to the chakra. So it moves a card from your opponent's discard pile to your chakra area. that's a that's a bad hit, man. Yep. And it's another effect that I had. Well, another card that I had made. I think this one's a lot more different. Select to the player, then look at the player's hand. Choose one card among them and move it to the bottom of the owner's deck. In that case, that player draws a card. This mission does not count towards the one mission per turn. So, what was the name of this card? Springtime Reviews. Starts with an S. There we go. So again, I see a side-by-side comparison. In that case, that player. So this one negs you. So the idea was that you can play this card and choose yourself, and bottom deck a card, and then draw two. So you break even. You don't lose anything when you target yourself. You only neg two when you target your opponent, right? So select a player, then look at that player's hand. In that case, you can choose a card from their hand and move it to the bottom of their deck, and have that player draw one card. If you selected yourself, draw two cards instead. So that was the idea. Was again, so you could just do it to yourself and draw just draw two cards. That's what it is. It's to draw two, but you still neg like you'll neg one, but you won't neg too hard. Whereas now you just neg two altogether. So that was the difference between the two. I think his look a little bit more better too, a little bit more sharper, darker on around the edges. I was like a little bit brighter. Good job. I probably will never play this card, being that it has a neg 2 effect on yourself. But if I wanted to be an asshole and interrupt my opponent, that would probably be a way of doing it. The rule of stone: if you control stone ninjas and you have two or less cards in your hand, draw until you have three cards in your hand. That's not bad. Not bad at all. If you're not worried about your opponent like negating your mission card, that's definitely a way of getting the extra draw that you need. Yo. What's this? Uh-huh. Yeah, no. That's the second. Got it. A lot more cards to go. A lot more than I thought. In a world of pain. Also another card I actually designed myself as well. Let's see if these have changed a lot. Let's have it. Do a little side by side. It's a water, turn 2, 1 hand cost, mask. Any element can be used to pay for this cost. That's what mask does. And we added it there. So well, that's what I did originally. I'm not sure if it's obviously the intent, but was to people can understand what these new keywords do. If you pay the hand cost of this card with a Akatsuki Ninja card, draw two card. Otherwise, draw one. I think they're the exact same thing. If you paid, yep, same effect. And the reason why I call the card "In a World of Pain," it's a quote from Deadpool, and also because it has the word "world," it means it can be searchable by Toby. So you can play Toby, search for this card. Peerless. Oh, this looks sick. I think this is like a um, what's the name of this? Blaze art. Yeah, definitely has to be Blaze art. Let's see. Peerless. Turn 3. Fire. One hand cost. Search your deck for one Mandara Ninja card. and move it to your hand. Then shuffle your deck. In that case, all your Madara Ninja card gets a -1 interest cost during this turn. So that's not bad. I wish I didn't say Madara Ninja card. I would have said Madara, a card that includes Madara in its name or something like that, so you can search for the client as well. Not bad. Would it see play? Probably not, because there's cards that searches for you Uchihas, so I'd rather just play that to search for Uchiha. Releasing the Shackles. This one is a Fire Lightning permanent. When this mission is put in play, draw one card. Ninja cards with tail beast gets -1 interest cost. This effect cannot be duplicated. So this is very, very tricky territory, or sticky territory, I should say, because now you're affecting the reinforcement card. So it needs to be real careful with this. Okay, this is another card that I designed. So I always liked the Rock Lee Springtime of Youth. Like I was actually really into that manga. It was really cool. So you're gonna see a lot of Rock Lee Springtime of Youth kind of art. I made one for every color as well. So sorry about that. I'm just eating some food. Naruto versus Bushibrow. Your turn 4, one hand cost. Your Naruto Uzumaki and Rock Lee card can only be blocked by female ninjas. If you win, you'll get any battle rewards this turn. Increase it by 1 for every Naruto Uzumaki and Rock Lee ninja you control. So essentially, this card can get you like 8 battle rewards in one turn, right? Because if your Rock Lee is a 5-0 or a 5 or higher, and your Naruto is a 5 or higher, and you attack with both of them, and let's say your opponent doesn't have any female ninjas by themselves, you will normally get 4 battery rewards, but because of this effect, it increases it by 2 more. So you would get a total of 8 battery, which card can almost win you a game. And again, it's a goofy card. Could be overpowered. The effects are exactly the same. Yeah, same exact effect. Again, his look a lot more better. The lighting on it's way better than what I currently have. So same effect. Hidden Village of the Stone. Permanent. During your mission phase, you can apply one of the following effects according to the number of in-play stone ninjas. So turn 1, one hand cost Earth, and it's permanent. So the stone ninja gets a +1/+1 during this turn and the next turn. If you have 2. If you have 3, draw one card. If you have 4 or more, injure one in-play ninja. Any of the above effects cannot be duplicated. I like it. Unfortunately, it doesn't say 2 plus or 3 plus, so you can only get this effect if you only have 2. You can get this effect only if you have 3. So if you have more than 3, you can only realistically speaking play this card. So I think it needs to add the plus signs to make it more viable. Secret activities. Permanent turn markers cannot be moved due to effects. I think this card needs to be a counter permanent and not just a regular not a regular card. Counter permanent makes it more better. It can interact with other cards. So when your opponent wants to play Invasion of Akatsuki or something that moves the turn marker up for the Akatsuki deck, like that mission card that moves the turn marker up by 1. You can use this card as a counter and negate it. Well, not negate it, but kind of negate the move up effect. Had it been a counter, because it's not a counter, it's like it's all right. I think making it a counter will make it better, more playable. Hidden Village of the Rain. Permanent. During your mission phase, you can apply one of the following effects based on your opponent's turn marker. Your Rain Ninja gets, again, that whole not having a plus sign really ruins this card based on your opponent's turn marker. 3. Hold on. During your mission phase, apply one of the following effects based on your opponent's turn marker. So, okay, never mind. It's not based on ninjas you have in place. It's on turn marker. 3. Your 3+, I think 3+ should be the idea. Your rain ninjas get +1/+1 during this turn and the next. Uh, 2, draw one card. 1, your opponent cannot win any battle wars during this turn. Any of the above. So yeah, this was a turn 0, while the other one was a turn 1. So maybe making this a turn 1 will be more balanced, so it can be in tie with the other. I'm not sure, but I think this third part right here, the first one, should have a plus sign. The Hunt, and this is a card that I had designed for Ninja Dog specifically. While this card is in your chakra area, all your Ninja Dogs, sorry, all your Ninja Dog Ninjas cards gain ambush. Draw 2 cards, then your opponent track ninja's effect text is negated during this turn and the next. So it works with the track. It's a turn 1 hand cost. Let's see what's the difference between mine and his. I think it's called the Hunt. So it starts with T. Da 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 da. Damn, I'm blind. Is it called the Hunt? Yeah, okay, the Hunt. Why can I not see it? There it is. The Hunt. Yeah. So yeah, same thing. Same exact thing. What was the difference? Okay, yeah, so he made it a little bit different. Cleaned it up, made it look a lot better. I actually made it come out the art. So I like it. Demon Statue Chain. This is a void. Turn 3, 1 hand cost, counter permanent. Target 1 ninja. Attach this card to the target. Change the effect text to the following. This ninja, valid. This ninja cannot become the user of jutsu cards. So it's a better version of Competitor Strength, but it's turn 3. So I'm not sure how I feel about it. Overall, it's always good to see more of these Ninja Hate cards. Headquarters of Alliance. Search for your deck for 1 allied Chernobyl forces ninja card with interest cost less than or equal to your turn mark and move to your hand, shuffle your deck. Not much to say about it, just a standard uh, searcher for allied Chernobyl forces, and it's balanced. It's equal to your turn marker. It just costs less than or equal to your turn marker. So yeah, let's just say it with interest cost equal to your turn marker or less, right? Late arrival. That's a turn 1. Main cost. Fire. Element 2. When you put in play ninja with a lower interest cost in your turn marker, draw a card. So if you underdrop, you get rewarded for underdropping. I would have liked to see this card not be permanent too, and instead be permanent in general. Because you're kind of underdrafting. So every time you actually, wow, I misread it. When you put in play ninja with a lower interest cost in your turn marker, draw a card. So it's not even a once per turn. So it's actually um, something that can trigger multiple times. So if you deployed a 0 drop, you get a boost. If you have a card like Idate Moreno, you can freely deploy him because you said if you have a lightning ninja in play, you can deploy him without it doesn't count towards the 1 ninja deployment, and you also get a draw off that. This is really good for Ninja Dogs. It's something that Ninja Dogs needed, so I love the card. The card's great. Trapped in Izanami. I think this is a card that Itachi searches. So I remember I talked about the Itachi. I said that search part. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure how good that part is, but let's see. Counter permanent. Turn 4. 1 hand cost. Attach this card to the target. The target cannot be sent up to battle. It has its effect text negated. However, during their mission phase, the opponent can discard 2 cards in their hand to discard this mission. So at the start of your opponent's turn, draw a card. This card is really good, super powerful. But um, your opponent can actually stop this. So you can play this, and so it's quite yeah, it's good. It's really powerful. And overall, powerful. Period. Uh, wow, that's a great card. Super great. It's something that I would definitely play. Like if you're playing fire, this is probably a card that you really should be playing. Because when you play it, you neg two, but your opponent would also neg two if they want to discard this card, right? So you make them lose cards, and if they don't, you are able to slowly recover cards in your hand. I don't even know what the effect is. All I cared about was discard two. The target cannot be sent out to battle, and his effect is negated. So it's a way of negating your opponent's effect. Search your deck for one Satosa Ninja card and move it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. In that case, you can deploy an additional Satosa Ninja card. So this is for that Satosa thing. And I love the fact that it's void, so you can make it work. But I really think the Satosa Ninja should have them be um, allied Shinobi Force instead of Satosa. Again, this is a card that I had designed. It's the non-person jutsu. So it's Earth Wind. I think they're exactly the same. So let's look it up. Non-person. Yep. No, this is actually better. Mine was a wind card. And I think the effects are exactly the same thing. Target ninja gains infiltrate. Target ninja gains infiltrate. So same effect. Visiting Mount Muyabuko. That's one's a turn two, one hand cost. So this is a card that I have worked on before. Let's see the difference between the two. Look at the bottom card of your deck. Put and play one ninja toe card with interest cost of two or less among them. If there's any, then return the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order. When I was working on this card, I was trying to replicate the Deathstroke deck from Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'll show you that in a little bit. Let's do a comparison of the two cards. Mine was a turn 0, one hand cost. Remove X Tapo Ninjas card from your discard pile in the game. In that case, search your deck for one Ninja Toad Ninja card with interest cost of X or less and put it in play. So essentially, I can play this card on turn 0 and pay 0 and get a turn 0. Or I can remove one tap pool and search for a turn 1. Uh, or I can remove 7 tap pools and put in play a Kawabuta, right? Who's 8-7. And I'll show you what the tap pools did. Tap pool, tap pool, tap pool, tap pool, tap pool, tap pool. I'm hella blind. Sorry, guys. There we go. Tap pool legions. You have multiple in play. Guardians, so they cannot attack, but they can only block. 0, 0, 0, 0. When this ninja is removed from play, you can discard one Tapo card from your deck. In that case, search for one Tapo ninja card in your deck and put it in play. This ninja cannot be the user of any jutsu. So that's kind of like how you always have a chump blocker, but you have to sacrifice by putting more of these guys in your deck, and it also works in correlation with these visiting them out. Muyabuku. Again, another card that I had designed, Paper Fan. Um, like I said, I had designed this one, but this was completely different from what I did. This is a completely different effect. So let's see if this one's any different. Mission EOJ, remove any in-play coin from the game. Move one card from the bottom of your deck to your hand. Then discard one card from your hand. This is a turn 2, permanent 2, Mission EOJ. And let's see what the one I had designed originally. This is called Paper Fan. Paper Fan. Where the hell are you? Paper Fan, Paper Fan, Paper Fan. There we go. Permanent 2. Mine was just EOJ. So this one's Attacker EOJ. Mine was just EOJ. Remove any coin from in-play card. Draw one card and move one card from the bottom of your deck to your hand. So this one didn't have the discard effect. This one just kept plussing. While this one discards. Same effect. That's this one doesn't allow you to break even. So the this is technically a neg two. So when you play it, you're always going to neg two cards. Or the idea was to slowly break even, right? That's at least that's my idea. And it's only exchange with Jutsu. All this one's during the mission phase, so you can allow you to do extra plays and extend your plays. So overall, slightly a little bit better in terms of the effect. Alright, so I think this is it for now. I will probably be doing maybe later on today. I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna do some more, or probably even on Thursday I'll be doing some more because I'll be free Thursday. So hidden vision in the mist. That's where we left off. I want to be leaving off right now. So until next time, I'll see you guys. Peace out.